Hey, this is Steve with Outdoor Nuggets. Today I oiled my sewing machine and I did a lot of research listening to a couple of different sewing machine repair guys. One of them I really have a lot of respect for. His name's Wes. I believe his YouTube channel's Sewing Machine Repair Guy. And he went over the different lubricants that are popular with sewing machine maintenance or servicing. And he said that TriFlow is something that he uses when a machine is actually bound up, like stuck. And he said the typical sewing machine oil is mineral oil, um, which baby oil is also mineral oil, according to Wes. And but it has a fragrance. So if you want your sewing machine to smell like baby oil, um, you could use baby oil. There's a food grade mineral oil that's used as a laxative. And then I don't think the mineral oil for the sewing machine, uh, like for industrial sewing machine oil, is food grade, but it is mineral oil, according to Wes, like Lily White or something, some brand like that. I'm not sure. Not real familiar with sewing machine oils. And then the 3-in-1 oil. He said the 3-in-1 oil is something that he only uses on the outside of older machines. It improves the finish on older, like the older black machines. Wes actually said that if you use 3-in-1 oil inside the sewing machine, that if you store it, that eventually that oil will dry up and will bind up your machine potentially. So inside the sewing machine, Wes does not recommend 3-in-1 oil. So I became aware of a lubricant. I've been a dealer for AMSOIL. I've been aware of the benefits of synthetic lubricants, and I've used AMSOIL, and I've had test machines, very advanced test machines, and I became aware of a product called Motor Coat, which performed very, very well on test machines under high heat and high pressure, and just did a phenomenal job on preventing wear. And then I learned about a synthetic lubricant additive uh, that compared itself to Motor Coat, and it's made by Hot Shot Secret. It's called Friction Reducer 3, FR3. And this says it gives a 5% increase in horsepower, reduces engine wear, 5% increase in fuel economy, just reduce oil operating temperature, reduces engine wear by 43%, restores a lot. So this says it uses a nano lubricant plus wear protection. So I used a Q-tip right here, Q-tip, and just put a little bit of that lubricant in the cap of the bottle. And I watched the gentleman that he has a channel called Sewing Machine Tips and Tricks, and he goes all through this 4452 Singer, and that's the one I have, the Singer Heavy Duty 4452. Wes did a good job showing on Sewing Machine Repair Guy YouTube channel. Wes did a really good job of disassembling the machine, and the the guy on Sewing Machine Tips and Tricks, he did a pretty good job of disassembly and reassembly as well. I just went back and watched Wes's video kind of in reverse to make sure I put it together right. And I didn't have any screws left over when I was done, so that was a good sign. I made sure I got everything nice and tight, put everything back together, and I used a rag. I was pretty generous with the Q-tip and the oil and getting it in all the different locations. There's actually quite a few moving parts. Take your time lubricating your machine, because there's a lot of different, including the needle threader and the bobbin. You can get a little lubricant into the bobbin shaft where the bobbin spins. You don't. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is lubricatable. I actually lubricated the walking foot attachment. There's some moving components in the walking foot, and that's actually quieter now, in my opinion, than what it was. I'm really impressed with how quiet this machine is running now, how smooth it runs. I could actually hear the RPMs going up after I lubricated it and ran it, I could hear the RPMs kind of climbing. So lubricating all the moving places, definitely, with that lubricant, it definitely freed up the machine a little bit. So I'm gonna turn my tripod, and so you can see the machine a little better. Let me extend the leg here. And I'm gonna run the machine. I've got the foot down, and I actually checked it to see if it was, running it without fabric, if it was messing up the those nylon grabber feeds. But I'll turn it by hand. You can see how the grabber feet work. See that? Pretty neat. The walking foot attachment on this model. I think it's worth the extra little bit of money it costs for this machine. I don't think it's a big difference in price compared to the lower model like the 4311, but here it goes. The presser foot's down. Listen to how smooth this runs, and quiet. Pretty cool. Yeah. I can't wait to do some sewing with it. I don't have any thread in here. I don't have any bobbin thread or anything. It's just running dry. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this, but it doesn't seem to be hurting it. I don't hear any bad noises, but it's very, very quiet. I mean, I'm just really impressed. Let's put that down. Very smooth. Well, I hope that helped you. If you like my channel and the content that I put on here, please subscribe and like the video. So far I'm really impressed with this Singer 4452. I bought the extended protection plan from Michaels, and I got a 20% off coupon through Michaels. I ordered the garment making foot kit for it. I'm waiting for that to come in pretty soon from Singer. There was actually a coupon in the sewing machine box that this came in for some discount off of accessories. So I learned that the biggest needle this thing can use, according to a guy that has, he made custom granny wheel for this, is an 18, and the biggest thread size is 69. So I ordered a granny wheel from grannywheels.com for this, so I can do very intricate leather working type stuff real slow. I want to make wallets, waterproof wallets, and you don't want any extra holes in your waterproof wallet. So yeah, I want to do some more artisan, more artistic type craft sewing, and I figured the granny wheel, being able to do hand sewing with a granny wheel, you don't even need, if you're doing real slow intricate sewing, you don't even need power. So I could do it like off-grid, don't need to plug in. So I'm looking forward to that to come in. It's being shipped from Israel. I happened to see a guy's YouTube video on that. So I hope that helped you. If your sewing machine is sounding a little noisy, I would highly encourage you to watch Wes's video, Sewing Machine Repair Guy, and watch him take this apart. He thought he broke a tab on his machine when he took the top cover off, but where the handle is, but he didn't. Mine was the same way. It's actually really easy. He didn't even need to use those, large pry bars he used. I got it off without that. It's I used a small screwdriver, little bitty small flat bladed screwdriver, just to gently move the panels, and it came loose. So it's a pretty easy machine to take apart and lubricate and clean and put it all back together. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Just don't get in a big hurry. Hope that helped you. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.